Every day, millions of people around the world consume whey proteins as part of their diet. These are produced from cow's milk and undergo various processes in factories to turn into high-quality protein powder. But how are more than 10,000 bottles of whey protein produced every day? From the breeding farms to the production plant, we will discover the secrets behind the manufacture of one of the most popular supplements in the industry. Whey protein comes from cow's milk, specifically the liquid part that separates from the curds during cheese production. They have been a byproduct of cheese production for thousands of years. In the past, whey was considered an unwanted byproduct of cheese and other dairy products production. This liquid was a highly environmentally polluting byproduct, as its disposal could have negative effects on water and soil quality. Over time, as technology and nutritional understanding advanced, the nutritional value of whey protein and other whey components was recognized. This led to the development of more efficient and sustainable methods of turning whey into useful products, such as protein. The process begins on dairy farms, where cows are bred and maintained specifically for milk production. Happy, healthy cows are believed to produce high-quality milk, and quality milk is the first step in producing a high-quality protein supplement. An average dairy cow can produce about 30 liters of milk per day. Cow's milk is composed of 3% protein, and of this, 19% is whey protein. Cows are milked twice a day, usually by automatic milking machines. During milking, milk is extracted from the trunks of cows. The milk is rich in nutrients including protein, fat, carbohydrates, and minerals. Freshly collected milk is temporarily stored in refrigerated storage tanks to keep it cool and prevent contamination. These tanks are designed to keep the milk at cold temperatures to prevent bacterial growth and ensure its quality. The milk is transported from the dairy farms to the cheese factory. Each day, fresh milk is transported directly to one of the local cheese factories. Refrigerated transports are typically used to keep the milk at the right temperature during the journey. At the factory, milk is unloaded from transport trucks at specific receiving areas. A quality check of the milk is conducted to ensure that it meets the required standards before proceeding with the production process. Freshly derived milk at the factory is kept in refrigerated storage tanks until it is ready to be processed. Before pasteurization, it is essential to check the quality and freshness of the milk to ensure that it meets food safety standards. Milk is pumped from storage tanks through a piping system to a heater. In the heater, the milk is typically heated to about 60 degrees C for about 30 minutes. The purpose of this heating process is to eliminate and deactivate any harmful bacteria in the milk, increasing its safety for consumption. After the heating phase, the pasteurized milk undergoes rapid cooling to reduce its temperature to 4 degrees C. Rapid cooling stops the heating process and prevents the milk from overcooking, which could adversely affect its quality and taste. During the pasteurization process, the temperature of the milk is carefully monitored and controlled to ensure that it remains within specified ranges. After pasteurization, the milk is transported to a specific processing unit designed to separate its components. The pasteurized milk is introduced into a large container and undergoes a mechanical separation process. After pasteurization, a coagulant is added to the milk, leading to the formation of a solid mass known as curd. During this process, the remaining liquid, known as whey, contains concentrated proteins and other soluble components that are separated from the curd. In this cheese factory, the curd is used to produce fresh cheese, while the remaining whey is directed to a second line of business. A physical method such as filtration is typically used to separate the curds from the whey. During the separation process, the resulting liquid fraction is whey, which is rich in whey protein. This step in the process is essential to obtain the desired protein component that serves as the basis for whey protein. The liquid fraction of whey may contain small amounts of unwanted fats and minerals. In some cases, an additional purification step is performed to remove these components and obtain a cleaner, more protein-concentrated whey fraction. Some processing plants use microfiltration and cross-flow filtration to further refine the protein fraction of whey. These methods allow the removal of impurities and concentration of whey protein, resulting in a purer whey protein end product. This low-temperature process separates protein from fat and lactose, resulting in a finished product that is extremely rich in protein and retains important nutrients. The result of this step is a highly concentrated liquid whey fraction with a minimum of fats, carbohydrates, and other undesirable components. After filtration, the whey undergoes the evaporation process. The whey is introduced into industrial evaporators designed to remove excess water from the liquid fraction. The evaporation process is carried out at a controlled temperature to prevent damage to the proteins in the whey. The temperature can vary, but is generally kept relatively low to preserve protein quality. Evaporation is a controlled process that gradually removes water from the liquid fraction of whey. During this process, the water evaporates and turns into vapor, while the protein and other solids remain concentrated. Once a significant portion of the water has been removed, the concentrated liquid fraction of whey undergoes a drying process. Drying involves the introduction of hot and cold air into the concentrated liquid stream. Hot air helps to further evaporate the water, while cold air helps to cool the product. This drying process ensures that the final product is in powder form and has minimal residual moisture. Next, the resulting powder is sieved to remove any larger particles and ensure size uniformity. After this step, the whey powder is fed into a mixer to remove residual moisture and obtain a homogeneous mixture. It is then packed into bags for sale to wholesalers. The bags are sent to the protein factory, which is the largest protein factory in the world and runs like clockwork, 24/7, handling several hundred tons of whey protein and producing thousands of products. Hey, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. In the dietary supplement company's vast warehouse, thousands of bags of whey protein powder arrive daily. The materials are then taken to the weighing room, where all raw materials are weighed. All raw materials pass through a fine sieve, typically with a 2-millimeter opening. This ensures that all ingredients are thoroughly comminuted and are easy to mix. The whey protein powder is transported to the mixing area, where different flavorings are added to give each product its unique and delicious taste. Next, the protein powder is mixed for a few minutes in these rotating drums. An operator places empty containers on the conveyor belt to start the filling process. At this stage, an automatic filling machine is used to fill the containers with the appropriate amount of protein powder. In this process, a worker uses a vacuum tube to transfer the protein from the bags to the filling machine. The filling is done precisely to ensure that each container contains the specific amount of protein. After filling, each container undergoes a weighing process to verify that it contains the correct amount of whey protein powder. The containers advance along the conveyor belt to the next stage, where another worker places a measuring cup in each container and correctly closes the corresponding lid. A visual quality check is performed to ensure that the product looks correct and that there are no visible contaminants. Each container is labeled with important information such as the product name, nutritional information, directions for use, expiration date, and lot number. Once the labeling process is complete, an employee inserts a plastic ring into the lid of each container. Next, the containers are directed to a heat-sealing machine that seals the plastic rings with heat, ensuring an airtight and accurate seal. The filled and verified containers are placed in boxes for easy transport and distribution. If you want to know how oil is produced from crude oil, watch the video on the screen and like the video if you liked it and share it with someone who might be interested. Also, subscribe to this channel by turning on notifications to keep learning. Thank you for watching.